Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another Forza Horizon 5 video. And today we're going to be going over the new Hot Wheels Trans Am in Forza Horizon 5. And before we get into the car, I'm also going to be showing you guys how to unlock this car so that you guys can unlock it and drive it for yourself. So as you guys can see, this is an extremely nice looking Pontiac Trans Am, and it's a Hot Wheels edition, so it's a little bit more special. It's a 1970 Hot Wheels Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Custom. It's literally at the top of S1 class. So the reason, or the way you get it, is by going to the festival playlist and doing the autumn season and getting 20 points. It's really fast, and then you get the Hot Wheels Trans Am. And I just did the trial, and I did the seasonal champion trailing dirt, and I obviously want to complete your Horizon story, your monthly rivals, and that's it. So maybe either next week or hopefully this week, I don't know, sometime this month, I'm gonna be going over the Ford Mustang DD because it's another new car that I'm also gonna be going over. And if you guys also want to see another video on another new car, the Ford XB Falcon, I have a video on my channel about that car. And now that we went over all of that, let's go over the stats of this car, and then we're gonna get into a stock race with this car because it's really fast. So it's rear-wheel drive, 3,100 pounds, 1,000 horsepower, top of S1 class. It's made from Hot Wheels. It looks insane, beautiful paint job. I mean, it's just a nice car. So I'm glad that Forza added it into the game because it's really nice. Okay, so we're getting into the race, and as you guys can see, we have unbeatable difficulty, we have manual, obviously, and let's get into it. So after this race, which obviously you guys know that this is stock, but after this race, I'm gonna be like tuning this car to the best that I could make it as a regular road racing tune. And then after that, we're gonna do a drift build, and if we still have time, then I could definitely knock out a drag build on this car. But right now, just off of a first impression, this car feels very bad off the line. But maybe in these longer turns, I feel like if you're going faster, it has a little bit more grip. But I don't know. First of all, the gears are really bad. Like, they take forever to, I suck at driving. They take forever to, you know, shift. And this car has no grip. So, recommendation, if you guys don't have this car yet, I suggest, as you guys can see, I cannot drive this car. It has no grip. So, what I'd recommend is not driving this car stock, and you need to put some actual grip on this car, because this car has no grip. And when I mean no grip, as you guys can see, this thing has to be an extremely good drift car, because I literally was not trying to drift throughout the corner, and I was drifting. So you guys can probably tell this is a very weird car to drive. It's not good. I feel like it has too much horsepower. It has over 1,000 horsepower. So if I had maybe 700 horsepower, I feel like that would be a lot better for this car, just because the way this car is built, especially with the tires that they use. The tires are not grippy enough. They probably have some pretty skinny tires in the back and the front, and it is definitely not helping that they don't have a lot of aero on this car so that it could go through the corners good. But it's bad, man. This is the second video in a row where I cannot drive this car because it's not grippy enough. Like, I don't know how you would be able to drive this car with it being stock. So I definitely recommend you guys driving this car with an actual build. You know what, probably the best build on this car is actually just to leave the horsepower on it and just upgrade the wheels and everything, or the tires, excuse me, so that you could get more grip on this car, because this car doesn't have any grip, and it feels like you're driving on actual ice. I cannot drive this car. You know, guys, what the actual reason was for this car, that the reason why it literally could not make a single turn, is not that the compounds were bad, but it's actually the tire width in the back of the car was so bad, and the way it was tuned, it's not good. So what we had to do is, number one, it's actually on the grippiest type of compound that you could have, but the thing is that the back tires specifically were so bad. I mean, they were on 305, so I think we moved it to like 355s or something like that. So it should be a lot more grippier. We went from rear wheel drive to all wheel drive, and we put the best brakes that you could have on it. We also tuned it to where, since it is all wheel drive, we could get a longer gear shift so it could go faster, and we tuned the arrow so that it's not only for speed and that it's off for cornering, so that this car can have a lot more cornering abilities. And then on that, we put 1500 horsepower on the car, because I figured it's better to have fun on a car than just have the most OP build on it. So not only do we have 1500 horsepower, we also have anti-lag. And as you guys can see, this car is a lot better, because we went from 12th place to spinning out and looking like a freaking drift car on ice to 3rd place, which is not bad. And get me wrong, and still, don't get me wrong, but this car still cannot necessarily drive around a corner, but it is a lot better, especially when you put all-wheel drive on this car. I feel like, honestly, like I've said in the beginning, I think the best type of build on this car is just to keep the amount of horsepower that you have. Keep it at 1000, but you just gotta make sure that you can put as much, like, you know, aero on this car as possible. Get as much width on your tires, and it'll be a lot better of a build. But I just put 1500 horsepower just because I wanted to see how it would be, but I don't necessarily recommend this as a really OP tune, because you're not going to win anything with this tune, because it just has too much horsepower for the actual car itself. But I do want to say that it is a little bit better than the original tune, and it's a lot faster and has anti-lag. Any car that has anti-lag, it makes it better, because anti-lag, as you guys know, it sounds good. So I'm just gonna have the car playing for like 10 seconds, and I'm not gonna be talking, so you guys can actually hear what anti-lag sounds like, because it's really insane. Yeah, as you guys can see, this sounds amazing. I mean, I am so glad that Forza added anti-lag, because it literally makes upgrading any car with a turbo system setup so much better, because the car sounds way better. And it's always nice when you could put when you could make your car louder and sound better, because it gives you more immersion, and it makes you want to listen to the car more than what you usually would have done. So we're at the festival drag strip, and as you guys can see, we have a drag build. Now, usually what I do in every car is I always tend to do a drift build with a car, but not with every car. I do drag build. So I wanted to do a drag build instead of a drift build, because I feel like we just always do drift builds, and some of you guys might feel the same way as me, where you kind of get tired of doing the same build. So we're actually going to be doing a drag build, and because I want to get more into the drag part of this game. So I'm actually hoping for a 13-second time for this drag strip. So let's see what we could do on the festival drag strip. We're aiming for 13 seconds. I've never even tried with drag racing with this car, so maybe it's a lot faster, maybe it's slower, but I don't know. But I would like to see maybe a 13-second, if that's even possible, which it's not going to be possible, not even close. It's actually a very slow drag car. Very slow drag car, actually. It is not even close to 13. What, 16, 17? 14. Wait, what? Okay. I actually thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. I felt like it was probably like a 16-second car. Like when I ended up seeing that we passed 13, I was like, oh boy, this car is not good at drag racing. And I do gotta say, this car is not necessarily the best drag car that I've used on my channel. Obviously, I definitely have other cars that I've used on my channel that are way better drag cars, so that's why I was kind of aiming for 13 seconds. But the fact that we didn't actually get that far away from what we were asking for, or what I was asking for, I feel like it's a W in my book. And another dub is this car has 1500 horsepower, and when any car has 1500 horsepower, it should be fast in a straight line. But obviously this car has a totally different tune setup. It has drag tires, obviously, and it's a decent drag car, but I wouldn't say that it's an OP drag car or that it's good. I know we've lost several races. You don't have to rub it in. It makes me feel worse about myself, but we need to win this. Probably not gonna win it, but that would be nice. Holy crap, that guy's pulling a freaking wheelie, and he's still pulling a wheelie. What? All right, game. All right, so the KTMs are gonna destroy us, obviously, but we are pulling away from McLarens and Ferraris and Porsches and Maseratis. And did we just get first place? Wow, we just got first place. Holy crap, I thought we were gonna get destroyed by the KTMs, but with the KTMs, a lot of times with the drag builds on the KTMs, or not the KTMs, the Vols, my bad, excuse me, they look the exact same as the KTMs, so whatever. The Vols, as their top speed with a lot of these drag builds that I realized with the cars, their top speed like really maxes out quickly. So with us, since our max speed wasn't maxing out yet, which was good, we were able to gain up on them and then end up passing them right at the end. But if it was any shorter, we would not have won that race. So I'm thankful that that race is actually a lot longer than you'd probably expect it to be, because if that wasn't the case, then we would have lost. So I'm glad that we won the game, or the race. So yeah, this is gonna be the last drag build, or last drag race of the video. And yeah, I hope you guys obviously did enjoy. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And if you guys want me to do more Forza Horizon 5 videos, hit the like button, because when you hit the like button, that means that you're sending me feedback that you like the video, so I could keep on doing them. But we're looking good right now. I feel like we're not gonna actually wait. We should. No, there's a Vol right there. Crap. This, if you guys didn't know, this actual drag race is a lot shorter than the previous drag race that we were just on. So I wasn't gonna really expect to get first place on this race, because obviously when you have a Vol, they're gonna be way better on you with these short races. As you guys can see, this is a 14-second drag strip race, and the actual what do you call it? And by the way, I'm using another person's tune if you guys didn't know. And the festival drag race is pretty much the same length as this, because I got a 14-second around there for both of these drag strips. It's just that previous drag strip that we just did before this one, that one's like 24 seconds long, so it's a lot you know, a lot longer. But hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you guys already haven't. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next Forza Horizon 5 video. I'll see you guys then. Bye.